Hey everybody, just want to come on and talk a little bit about sidereal astrology. I don't know what anybody else knows about it. Like I said, I've just found out about it like about a year ago. It came through some different channels, and then there was the realization about Ophiuchus being the 13th sign and how it's been completely left out of the zodiac, and I was like, what? So it's been kind of a long process of unfolding with all this information, but yeah, I finally had connected with a couple of channels that do sidereal astrology. So first I'm gonna just say what it is. Actually, sidereal astrology means that the astrology is based on where the stars actually are in the sky. I don't know about you, but I was under the impression that's what astrology was. Like, I thought that's what all astrology was. I'm on my camera. Yeah, I thought that our sun signs, our birth charts were based on where the stars actually were in the sky at the time we were born. But it's not. Tropical Western astrology is not based on exactly where the planets and the stars are in alignment at the time of your birth, or in general. And yeah, it came as such a shock to me because I was just like, what? How have we thought this whole time, like, I've gone my whole life, my entire life, I'm 51 years old. My whole life I've thought I was a Pisces with a Cancer moon and Sagittarius rising. Well, guess what? I'm not. Actually, where the sun and the sky and the planets and everything was at the time that I was born, I am actually an Aquarius with a Gemini moon and Scorpio rising. So everything was off. Everything was off. And yeah, I feel like, gosh, I mean, when you identify yourself with your birth chart, when it's done through tropical Western astrology, you're basically creating a false identity. And that's been really hard for me because after 51 years, not that I knew when I was a tiny child what my birth chart was, but like after living my whole life thinking, oh, I'm a Pisces, I'm a water sign, I have a Cancer moon, I'm water, so watery, so emotional, and all this stuff, it's like we project these identities onto ourselves because they're not actually accurate. And that has been the hardest part, really. That was actually what kept me from like digging more deeply into it. When I found out about it, I was just like, wait a minute, this is like destroying my whole identity. Like, this is not okay with me. Yeah, so it's been a lot of like integration and like, I mean, I still don't, like, there's not even a lot of software. There's not even a lot of people who do sidereal astrology. Like, everybody's in the tropical Western stuff. Or, I mean, unless they're into, like, Ayurvedic Jyotish, all those other types of astrology. But, yeah, sidereal astrology is true sky astrology. It tells you where everything is in the sky today, at this moment. So you look up Stellarium and all these star apps where you can look up at the sky and it shows you where things are. Literally all week, this past week, I've been seeing all these videos, full moon in Taurus, full moon in Taurus, full moon in Taurus. And on the night of the full moon, I went out with my phone and looked at the sky. Full moon's in Aries, y'all. It was in Aries. The moon was in Aries. So, yeah. This is what I'm talking about. It's just like completely, it's inaccurate. It is inaccurate. And we have based all of this identity of like who we are and how we work in the world and all of that on something that's not even true. So that's, yeah, I mean, it's really just another one of those little things that it's just like, wow, we've been lied to. I'm like, gosh, what haven't we been lied to about? What hasn't been corrupted so that it's not true or it's not real? Like, we've been fed all these lies and illusions and programming and all this stuff, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. For myself, trying to get to the bottom of it all, like, you know, just keep digging, going down little rabbit holes here and there, trying to figure it all out, because yeah, I want to know the truth. I want to know the truth. And as far as I'm concerned now, at this point, having studied what I've studied and learned what I've learned, I can't go with the tropical Western astrology anymore. And it's really hard. It's really hard because there are a lot of astrologers that I have followed over many years that I love and admire and adore. And yeah, I mean, not to say that their work is meaningless, because I do think there is value in it. I just don't know how to navigate between the two. So anyways, just want to share. That's my experience. I would love to hear your experience. If you know anything about it, what has been your integration process and letting go of the images and identities that you've projected on yourself, thinking that your chart was different than it really is. If you want to check your own chart, you can look up a sidereal astrology calculator. There's a couple great people. Oh gosh, I'm gonna say his name wrong. Athen Chimenti, I think. Anyway, his website is Mastering the Zodiac. Not to be rude or mean, but just to say that, like, his astrological forecasts don't exactly vibe with me and my vibe. Like, I like, yeah, they just come off a little dry. No offense to him. I think he's wonderful. I'm super grateful for his work and super grateful for the True Sky Astrology. I think he has some new software that's called True Sky, but you'll have to look into that because I don't have the exact information. But anyway, have fun figuring things out. And yeah, if you want to talk about it more, drop some stuff in the comments. And if you want to hear more about my journey of figuring out the truth, at least my truth, yeah, follow along for this journey. Like, share, subscribe, whatever feels good to you. Y'all have a great day. Mwah. Bye.